There's absolutely zero doubt in my mind. Rachel Meghan Markle was a semi-expensive yacht girl, and she knows it.
Many of you have seen this picture already. You see that there's Meghan with her.
It all started like a storm disguised as a whisper. There's absolutely no doubt anymore. Rachel Meghan Markle knows exactly what she was doing back in those glittering days before the tiaras and the palace walls. And now the truth that's been buried under royal smiles is clawing its way back to the surface. Many people have seen the picture, the one where Meghan's standing there with her signature hat tilted just right, sunlight brushing her face, the ocean gleaming behind her. That's not just any photo. That's a memory of her so-called yacht days. Everything began on what seemed like an ordinary night in London, a quiet, exclusive gathering in Mayfair, where the wine never stopped flowing and every laugh hid a secret. The air shimmered with power and deceit.
Everything happened because of Fergie.
And right there, in that dimly lit room, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York herself, leaned across the table and dropped a line that made time freeze. People stopped breathing. Forks paused mid-air. Every head turned, because what she said was deadly. Let's just say Meghan was Andrew's first client. The room went silent. You could hear the ice melting in the glasses. That single sentence carried the weight of a royal bombshell. Within hours, whispers slithered out of that private dining room and raced through the royal corridors. By dawn, Buckingham Palace wasn't sleeping, it was panicking.
Markle was introduced by Sarah Ferguson to Prince Harry.
Phones rang non-stop. Advisors held secret meetings. And far away in Montecito, Prince Harry reportedly went crazy, furious, heartbroken, confused. One sentence, 7 words had thrown the entire monarchy into chaos. To understand why those words exploded like fireworks, you have to know who said them. Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, isn't just some duchess. She's a survivor, the royal family's comeback queen, and scandal magnet. She's been exiled, humiliated, and resurrected more times than anyone else in that palace. And she always returns smiling, pretending nothing ever happened. She knows
Said Miss Markle was a close companion to Prince Andrew.
Every dirty secret hidden under those royal carpets because she's walked over them all. And when she talks especially about someone like Meghan Markle, people listen. Sources whispered that Fergie's comment wasn't a drunken slip, it was a move, a deliberate strike aimed to wound and shape. Because she knows her power, she's the duchess who can make the palace tremble with a single whisper. And what a whisper it was. Fergie casually linked Meghan Markle before the Netflix deals, before the royal wedding to Prince Andrew, the most scandal-ridden name in royal history. Before she was Duchess of Sussex, Meghan was just Meghan Markle, an actress fighting for roles in Hollywood. The bills were piling up, the rent was crushing, and the dream of fame felt far away. Hollywood is cruel, especially to newcomers, and that's when rumors say she found her way into certain elite circles, exclusive parties on private yachts floating in the Mediterranean, where champagne never stopped, and secrets were the currency. These were the yacht days. Lavish, mysterious, and unforgettable.
According to people, she got started her yachting days and she never stopped really. I don't think any of her boyfriends knew about it, but Meghan Markle was known as a hardcore yacht partying person, ready.
The kind of nights where billionaires, producers, and royals rubbed shoulders with women whose beauty could change fortunes. People who were there claim Meghan wasn't just another guest, she was unforgettable. Charismatic, magnetic, she knew how to work a room. She could make powerful men remember her name long after the yacht docked. And then came the whispers Prince Andrew was part of those circles. The same Andrew linked to Jeffrey Epstein's dark empire. The same Andrew who could make introductions no one else dared to. So, when Fergie blurted out that Meghan was Andrew's first client, the words weren't random. They connected Meghan's shadowy past to one of the most dangerous scandals in modern royal history. And that's the thing about the royal family perception destroys faster than proof. The connection grew even darker. Remember Karina Shuliak, Epstein's girlfriend, the woman who only ever traveled with him? Well, rumor has it there's a photo, one where she's right there, and on the other end, a woman with a hat who looks an awful lot like Meghan. Now, whether that photo is proof or not almost doesn't matter because perception already did its damage. Prince Andrew's world was a bubble of money and indulgence. Private jets.
She was a yacht girl. That's right. It's mentioned in the book. Meghan used to entertain as a yacht girl. Now, I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it happened, but I am saying
secret islands and midnight deals. He lived like limits didn't exist. And within that glittering cage of wealth, the yachts kept floating, filled with models, actresses, and the powerful men who controlled their fates. And according to people who claim to know, Meghan wasn't a stranger there. She was known, seen, and remembered. Some even called her a working girl for Soho House, an escort, a call girl, a networker in disguise. Now, imagine the palace realizing that two scandals, Andrew's and Meghan's, were suddenly tied together by one woman's whisper. That's not gossip, that's a full-scale royal nightmare. But how did Meghan even get that close to the inner circle? The answer might be one name: Marcus Anderson. Marcus wasn't royal, but he was power personified, a connector for Soho House, the members-only world of the rich and famous, the man who made introductions that changed destinies. It was allegedly Marcus who first introduced Meghan to Sarah Ferguson casually at a glittering Soho House event.
I wonder if Prince Andrew's going to come out and say, hey, Harry, I did your wife quite a few times on yachts before.
Just a handshake over champagne, but that handshake rewrote her fate. From that night on, Meghan's name began appearing on guest lists she never could have dreamed of before. Soon, she was rubbing shoulders with people who were only 1 or 2 steps away from the crown. And eventually, one of those connections led straight to Prince Harry himself. So, when Fergie finally said those fatal words, Meghan was Andrew's first client, it wasn't random cruelty. It was a calculated move that echoed back through all those old Soho House nights. But the biggest question remains, why now? Why would Fergie, after years of fighting for her own reputation, decide to drag Meghan's name into the royal swamp again? Some say it's revenge, plain and cold. Fergie spent years in the shadows while Meghan basked in royal glory. Perhaps that old jealousy never really died. Others believe it was strategy, a reminder that Fergie isn't done, that she still holds power even without a crown, a way of saying, don't forget, I can still shake your palace walls. But then there's a darker possibility. What if Fergie was actually protecting Prince Andrew? By attaching Meghan's name to his, she created a new scandal that distracted from his old one. The world turned its gaze from him to her. Whatever her motive, one thing's undeniable: Fergie knew exactly what she was doing. Her whole life has been a performance between confession and chaos, and this time she wasn't falling, she was leading. Every word she spoke was like a breadcrumb, leading the world straight into a maze of royal secrets. Meanwhile, the storm inside Montecito was just beginning. Sources close to Harry said he was livid, furious beyond belief. His wife's name had been dragged through the dirtiest mud imaginable, and the woman who did it wasn't a journalist or an outsider, it was family. Harry reportedly slammed doors, made late-night calls, demanded answers no one could give. Was it true? Could it be? Had Meghan really known Andrew before him?
And we also have this. This is Karina Shuliak, Epstein's girlfriend.
And the only times she traveled and went anywhere was with him. And guess who's on the other end with her past?
And while Harry raged, Meghan went silent. No statements, no interviews, no events. Her team canceled everything. They knew the more she spoke, the worse it could get. But silence can be deafening. The public started wondering if it was all lies. Why wasn't she fighting back? Why wasn't she suing? Why wasn't she defending herself? Behind closed doors, they considered legal options. But suing a member of the royal family? That's a different battlefield, entirely. Every move risked turning whispers into headlines. And Buckingham Palace, they were desperate to smother the fire before it consumed everything. People started digging, old photos surfaced, stories reappeared, rumors spread that during her Deal or No Deal days, Meghan used to charge tens of thousands per trip money that couldn't have come from TV alone. Some said she was a yacht companion, making connections that paved her path to fame. And the most chilling part, there are allegedly photos, 2 of them, that leaked years later, showing Meghan on one of those infamous yachts. Now, whether those photos are real or not, they fed the storm. And for the British press, that was enough. The headlines screamed. The palace panicked. The whispers became roars. Meanwhile, Fergie, she walked through London like nothing happened, smiling, waving, acting as though she hadn't just detonated the biggest royal scandal in years. But those who know her best say that smile isn't carelessness, it's strategy. Fergie understands something most people don't. In the royal family, power doesn't come from titles. It comes from secrets and from the courage to say them out loud. Her whisper linked Meghan's mysterious past to Andrew's dark history. It reopened wounds the palace thought were buried forever, and it reminded everyone that in that world, nothing stays hidden. Because in the royal game, it's not the queen who's dangerous, it's the exile who has nothing left to lose. Sarah Ferguson might not wear a crown anymore, but make no mistake, she just proved she can still shake the throne itself. But deep down, everyone knew this wasn't over. Inside Montecito's marble halls, the air had grown colder. Harry, once the rebel prince who defied the crown for love, now found himself trapped between loyalty and humiliation. Those who spoke to him say he's been haunted, replaying Fergie's words in his head, wondering if the woman he sacrificed a kingdom for had been keeping secrets from him all along. Some claim he confronted Meghan late one night, demanding the truth. "Tell me," he allegedly asked, voice trembling. Was there ever anything between you and Andrew? And Meghan, tears glistening, reportedly said nothing, just silence. Because sometimes silence speaks louder than denial. Meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson's phone hasn't stopped ringing. Journalists, insiders, even palace aides, everyone wants her side. But she refuses interviews, she doesn't have to speak anymore, the damage is done, the world already believes what it wants to believe. And Buckingham Palace? They're holding crisis meetings behind closed doors. The Queen's portrait still hangs on the wall, watching over a family that seems to be falling apart piece by piece. The image of stability they once protected at all costs is cracking, and this time, no PR statement can glue it back together. The whispers say that Fergie might write another tell-all. Others insist Meghan is preparing her own counterattack through a truth documentary. But the truth? In this royal game, there's no such thing as clean hands. Every smile hides a motive. Every silence hides a story. And as the world watches this modern royal soap opera unfold, one thing is certain, Sarah Ferguson has proven that even without a crown, she can make the royals tremble. Because the most dangerous woman isn't the queen, it's the one who's already been dethroned.